You're tuned in to the English Up Podcast.
Brought to you by the Speak English with Us.
You slept 8 hours last night. 8. And you still woke up feeling like you'd been hit by a truck.
That's not a sleep problem. That's a timing problem. And there's a fix.
This is English Up Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. This is a B1 level episode perfect for intermediate learners. Beginners, you're welcome too.
Today we're talking about something that affects, honestly, almost everyone. You hit your 8-hour target. You did everything right. But the alarm goes off and you feel drained, completely empty.
And here's the thing most people miss. It's not about how long you sleep. It's about when you wake up inside your sleep cycle.
Quick question, before we go further and answer fast, 3 seconds. When you wake up feeling terrible, is it A, you didn't sleep enough, or B, you slept at the wrong time? Drop your answer in the comments, A or B.
Most people say A, but by the end of this episode, you might change your answer.
We're going to break down exactly why 8 hours can still leave you exhausted and give you 2 zero-pressure steps you can try tonight.
And there's one thing we discovered that genuinely changed how we think about sleep. It comes down to a 90-minute rule, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
Stay until the end for our word tour 5 expressions that'll help you talk about energy, sleep, and recovery like a native speaker.
And right now, we're guessing you're listening to this on your commute. Or maybe you're lying in bed, already tired, wondering why.
Either way, same. We've both been there. That moment when a colleague asks, "Did you sleep okay?" and you just smile and say nothing because how do you even explain it?
I once drank 3 coffees before 10 a.m. and still couldn't recharge. 3. And I thought that was just normal.
3? That's not a morning routine, that's a survival strategy.
Exactly. And later in this episode, we'll show you why caffeine isn't the answer. The sleep cycle is. But first, let's talk about what's actually happening in your body at night.
Picture this. You go to bed at 11, you wake at 7, and the numbers look perfect. But your body says no.
Right. You wake up drained, your eyes feel heavy, and even the bathroom light feels rude.
That is painfully accurate. And if you've ever sat at your desk staring at your screen like it's written in ancient code, you felt that morning crash.
This is where the sleep cycle matters. Sleep isn't one long, flat line. It's a repeated pattern, usually around 90 minutes each round.
So if you wake up in the middle of the round, your brain can feel foggy, even if the total sleep time looks great.
Exactly. Think of it like a movie with no ending. If you stand up in the middle, you feel lost.
Or like opening your laptop when it has 3% battery and acting surprised when it freezes. Your body wants a full recharge, not a random interruption.
I've done that. I used to brag about sleeping enough. Then I'd hit a wall at 2 p.m. and start bargaining with my coffee mug.
The coffee mug won that argument.
It always does. But here's the deeper point. Feeling drained doesn't always mean you're lazy, weak, or bad at mornings. Sometimes your wake-up time is just inconsistent with your sleep cycle.
And that word matters. Consistent patterns help your body predict rest. Random times confuse it, and then you pay for it at sunrise.
Let's make this practical. Imagine 2 people both sleep 8 hours. Person A sleeps from 11 tom to 7 tom. Person B sleeps from 12:30 to 8:30. Same total time, different result.
Because person B might wake closer to the end of a cycle, right?
Yes, and person A might wake in the middle of deeper sleep. That's when the groggy, heavy, don't talk to me yet feeling shows up.
So, if you've been blaming yourself, this is the moment to stop. You're not broken. You're just waking at the wrong points.
And there's a tiny test you can try tonight. Before we get there, listen to this. If you keep your bedtime and wake-up time more consistent for 3 days, you can see patterns fast.
Like a mini experiment. No pressure, no perfection, just observation.
Exactly. Your body gives clues. Maybe you always wake at 3 a.m. Maybe you scroll for 40 minutes and then can't settle. Maybe your room is too warm. Maybe stress keeps your mind buzzing.
And those clues matter more than people think. Because the real thief isn't always sleep length. Sometimes it's the quality of the cycle.
Let me give a quick real-life example. A friend said, "I sleep 8 hours and I still feel awful." We checked the basics. Same bedtime? No. Same wake time? No. Same wake time? No. Phone in bed? Yes. Late snacks? Yes. So the issue wasn't mystery fatigue. It was a messy pattern.
Messy pattern sounds like a very polite way to say chaos.
Polite chaos is my brand.
And by the way, there is a phrase for this. It's called the sleep cycle. We'll break it down later in our word tour.
For now, just remember this. 8 hours can still leave you exhausted if you wake in the wrong place. And that feeling is a clue, not a failure.
So don't just ask, how long did I sleep? Ask, did I wake up at the right moment?
That's the question that changes everything.
Okay, so we know the problem. You're waking up in the middle of a sleep cycle. But Alex, how do we actually fix this? Like in real life?
2 steps. That's it. Step 1, use the reverse calculation method to set your bedtime. Step 2, run a 3-day sleep quality audit on yourself.
Wait, audit? That sounds like something you do with tax returns, not pillows.
Fair point. But hear me out. Step 1 first. You decide what time you need to wake up. Let's say 7:30 a.m. Then you count backwards in 90-minute blocks.
So, 7:30 minus 90 minutes is 6 brace. Minus another 90 is 4:30. Keep going.
Midnight, or 1:30 a.m. Those are your 2 ideal bedtimes if you want to wake up at 7:30 feeling actually recharged, not dragged out of a deep cycle.
So the goal isn't get into bed when you're tired. It's get into bed at the right time.
Exactly. Most people just collapse whenever exhaustion hits. But that's random, and random bedtimes mean random wake-up points inside your sleep cycle.
But wait, hold on. What if I can't fall asleep exactly at midnight? Like, what if I lie down and my brain just won't stop?
That's where step 2 comes in, the 3-day audit. Every morning, the second your alarm goes off, you open your phone's notes app and type 1 sentence. Just 1. Today I feel 3 out of 5. That's it.
And after 3 days, you start seeing a pattern?
Always. You'll notice things like every time you scroll your phone past midnight, the next morning is a 2 out of 5. Or every time you have a consistent bedtime, you wake up at a 4 or 5.
Okay, but I have to push back here. Because this sounds almost too simple. Like, just count backwards and write a number every morning? That's the whole system?
I knew you'd say that.
No, seriously. People have tried sleep apps, sleep trackers, expensive mattresses, and you're telling me a notes app fixes it?
The tracker doesn't fix anything. It just shows you data you don't act on. The audit forces you to notice. There's a difference between watching a number on a screen and actually writing down how you feel the moment you wake up.
But what if the pattern isn't clear? What if some days are just random bad days? Stress, noise, whatever.
That's a real point. And yes, some days are outliers, but here's what the data consistently shows. Across 3 days, 1 or 2 variables almost always repeat. It's rarely random. Most people discover it's the same thing every time. Late screen time. Inconsistent wake-up times on weekends. A heavy meal too close to bed.
Wait, weekend sleep schedules? That's a real thing.
Huge thing. It's called Social jet lag. You stay up until 2 a.m. on Friday, sleep until 10 a.m. Saturday, and your body's internal clock shifts by 2 hours. Then Monday morning hits, and you feel like you flew in from a different time zone.
Oh, that is extremely specific and extremely me.
Same, I used to think Monday exhaustion was just hating Mondays. Turns out I was giving myself jet lag every single weekend.
Okay, but here's my real pushback. Some people genuinely can't control their schedule. Shift workers, parents with newborns, people with unpredictable jobs. The 90-minute cycle method assumes you have full control over when you sleep and wake up. Most people don't.
That's the strongest objection. And I won't pretend the system works perfectly for everyone, but here's what still applies. Even if you can't control when you sleep, you can control the quality of the sleep you do get. Consistent wind-down habits. No screens 20 minutes before bed. Same pre-sleep routine. These protect your cycle even when the timing shifts.
But 20 minutes? That feels like nothing. Studies suggest you need at least an hour away from screens to meaningfully reduce cortisol before sleep.
You're right that longer is better, but here's the data point that matters. In a 2019 sleep behavior study, participants who reduced screen time by even 20 minutes before bed reported a 34% improvement in morning alertness within 1 week. Not perfect, but real.
Okay, 34% is hard to argue with.
The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Even one consistent anchor same wake-up time every day, including weekends, does more for your sleep cycle than any supplement or gadget.
So the 2 steps are, reverse calculate your bedtime based on 90-minute blocks and run a 3-day morning check-in to find your personal pattern.
And the one non-negotiable, keep your wake-up time consistent. That single habit is the anchor that holds your entire sleep cycle in place.
Even on Saturdays?
Especially on Saturdays.
Okay, that one's gonna hurt, but noted.
And by the way, we've been throwing around some keywords this whole episode. Drained, sleep cycle, hit a wall, recharge, consistent. We're going to break all 5 of those down properly in the word tour, coming up right after this.
So we've talked about why 8 hours can still leave you feeling drained, and the 2 steps you can try tonight.
The 90-minute sleep cycle is real, and it's backed by decades of research.
Now it's time for our word tour. 5 expressions from today's episode.
These are the exact words that'll help you talk about sleep and energy like a native speaker.
Let's break them down. Okay, let's go back to something Alex said right at the start. He said he woke up feeling completely drained. That word stopped me the first time I heard it used that way.
Yeah, drained isn't just about being tired. It's that specific feeling where your energy is just gone. Like your phone at 2% battery, you're technically still on, but barely.
And that's exactly what makes it such a useful word. You can say, I'm exhausted, and people get it. But when you say, I'm drained, they feel it.
Try it. After that meeting, I was completely drained. 8 words. Total native energy.
And that feeling of being drained? It almost always connects to what we talked about today, your sleep cycle getting interrupted at the wrong moment.
Right. Your sleep cycle is that 90-minute loop your body runs through all night. Light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, and then it resets. Over and over.
It's like a washing machine cycle. You wouldn't open the door halfway through and call the laundry done.
That's actually a perfect image. And that's exactly what a jarring alarm does. It yanks you out mid-cycle. No wonder you feel terrible.
Which brings us to that moment we've all had. You're sitting at your desk around 3 p.m., staring at your screen, and suddenly you just hit a wall.
Oh, I know that wall personally. It's invisible, but it's very, very real. 1 second you're functional, the next second your brain just refuses to cooperate.
And hit a wall is one of those phrases that works in so many situations, not just sleep. A runner hits a wall at mile 20. A writer hits a wall halfway through a project. It's that sudden stop.
You could say, I hit a wall around 3 p.m. every day, and any native speaker will immediately know exactly what you mean.
Now here's the one that actually changed how I think about mornings. Recharge. We use it for phones constantly, but we forget it applies to us too.
Sleep isn't just rest. It's a full recharge cycle. And if you interrupt it, you're unplugging your phone at 60% and calling it charged.
I need to recharge this weekend. That nap really helped me recharge. It sounds simple, but it shifts how you think about rest from lazy to necessary.
And the last one ties everything together. Consistent. Because the 90-minute method only works if you're consistent about it.
Consistent means doing something the same way, regularly, without big swings. Not perfect, just steady. Sleeping at midnight 3 nights in a row is more consistent than sleeping at 10 one night and 2 am the next.
Your body loves patterns. Give it a consistent schedule and it starts doing the work for you. You wake up before the alarm, you feel ready. It sounds too simple, but it works.
So your 5 words today: drained, sleep cycle, hit a wall, recharge, and consistent. All 5 showed up in our conversation today naturally, in context.
Pick one. Use it today. Say, I'm completely drained to a colleague and watch them nod like you just read their mind.
So, here's what we covered today. 8 hours of sleep doesn't guarantee you'll feel rested. The real issue is when you wake up inside your sleep cycle.
And the fix isn't complicated. Use the 90-minute reverse method to set your bedtime. If you want to wake up at 7:30 a.m., count back in 90-minute blocks. Midnight or 1:30 a.m. are your targets, not whenever I feel sleepy.
And the second step, run a 3-day sleep quality check. Every morning, open your notes app and rate how you feel. 1 to 5. Just one sentence. After 3 days, patterns show up that you'd never notice otherwise.
I did this and discovered I was consistently waking up at 3 a.m. after scrolling my phone for 40 minutes before bed. 40 minutes. I thought it was relaxing me. It was actually wrecking my sleep cycle.
And that's the thing. Most of us aren't broken. We're just inconsistent in ways we can't see until we actually track them.
So tonight, pick one thing. Either set your bedtime using the 90-minute method or start your 3-day rating log. Just one. Don't try to fix everything at once.
Small change, consistent effort. That's the whole game.
And if you want to go deeper on this, we're planning an episode on why your energy crashes at 3 p.m. every single day and what your ultradian rhythm has to do with it. That one's gonna be good.
Before you go, we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what time do you usually wake up and do you feel rested? Just drop your wake-up time and a yes or no.
We read every single comment. Seriously, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Take care of yourself and get some good sleep tonight.
Bye for now.